Now, let me stay with the issue of how you are with a person in the face of death, but shift it from being with the person who's actually dying to being with a person who has just lost a loved one. Let's talk about the person who's grieving. A student in one of my classes recently asked me the question this way. She said, now here I am taking this class in death and dying, and here I am learning about all of these wonderful theories and these wonderful pictures about afterlife and about the fact that death is really an illusion and that when you die, you don't really die. And so I know all this and I have all this, let's say. And now I lose my husband. And it just simply all goes like water through sand.
Yes.
And she says, why is it that even though I know all of these things, they don't help to support me in that hour of my deepest crisis? So my question is, what do you say to a person in that time to help them in their grieving?
Well, before you even come to that, since you were talking about a class, I think it would be very helpful to take this a step further behind, still earlier, and make people in the class realize, think of the person they most love, they would most grieve if that person dies, and then remember that that person will die, and that they will lose that. See? So we can have a right relationship with another person only to the extent to which it is already seen against this horizon of death. And if we do what our society so often does and closes the eyes to that and just tries to live in happiness now ever after, forgetting that this is not possible except in fairy tales, the relationship is already wrong. There's this horizon of death is missing. And when you remember death, it comes alive. Only because you remember death, you see it against this horizon. It becomes much more sparkling. You live now every moment as if it were the last one and the first one with this freshness. Of course, that's humanly impossible, but at least that's the ideal.
Sure.
So that would be the first step. Now we come to the situation where the person has actually lost someone. Whether she has lost her husband, whether she has lived with this anticipation or not, will make a difference, but it will not take away the grief and the grieving. And grieving is a very long process, and we should savor it. I think we should really give ourselves time to savor it and not help people to get quickly over the grieving. I don't think that's the goal of any counselor, but to get deeply into the grieving, get deeply into it so that you really bring out of it all that is in it for life. I lost my cat a little less than a year ago, a cat that I was taking care of at the monastery. I'm still grieving for this cat, and that is a very important process for me. Pets are often grieving for pets is often more difficult than grieving for humans, because we haven't learned that yet. For grieving with humans, we have a little more help. Well, anyway, what I would try to help this person see is, first of all, be grateful for all that we had, and in that gratefulness realize it is not lost. Anything that ever was remains. And it remains whether you remember it or not, but you can plug into it by remembering. It is. You see, it's not gone. It is. It is now as past. But from that center of your being, where you are beyond time, you can plug into anything in the past, in the future, in the present, and you can still do that. And you can now relive, so to say, in a very healthy way, every minute that you had with your deceased husband in a new way. Relive it and relive it. Because, as T.S. Eliot says, what has been and what could have been point to one end, which is always present. So you can, everything that could have been, you can realize it now in your inner attitude. And as you do that, you will not be locked up in some little box or something, but you will be more ready even to remarry. possibly. This is perfectly open. This is not just making now an idol of that deceased person. It is being deeply in touch with life. That's the decisive thing. And life continuously changes, and life has this core of the resurrection life, as we would say as Christians, which cannot pass.
I see. I see. How do you want to die?
How do I want to die? Well, one thing that comes to mind, I would like to die when I'm ready. I believe somehow that one always dies when one is ready. But I would like to die when I feel that my life has reached fulfillment, and then I can sort of hand over my life to God. But whether it will come about like that or not, in external circumstances, I don't know. And therefore, it's better to practice right now handing over your life under the most unlikely circumstances, because they may be unlikely when the time comes. But this gesture of, here it is, it's yours, I receive it every moment gratefully from you, and if you want it, give it back. I hope that I will have the strength to do that when the time comes.
Thank you very much, Brother David.
You're welcome, friend.